Hi, it's Mike Torsha, and welcome to Live Well and Thrive. I have a special guest today, Wills Kanga. Is it
Will's
pronounced?
Kanga. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you have an amazing journey, man. I mean, I'm so impressed. I mean, you travel around the world, you speak multiple languages, you've done movies in China and
Yes.
other countries, and you're now dedicating your life and all your time to help with the homeless.
Yes.
And you're putting together this program, and you just had a conversation with Mayor Bass out here in California
Yes.
to talk about how to do this initiative, but also tie it into a show. So I'd like to have you share what the whole mission's about and how you decided to do this, and how do you balance your career and do this at the same time.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, for your time, for this moment to connect with you and your beauty. Because my mom always says, only beauty can see beauty. If you appreciate what I'm doing, that means you feel this too. I don't know. It came to me, I guess, because I'm an actor. I've always been involved with people. I love people. As different you are to me, I love the most. So I travel a lot, countries, different cultures, and connect with that. Is always beautiful. But every country has homeless people, but not like California. Even though it's a state, it seems like it's huge. Everywhere you go, you find somebody. And I decided to focus more on what I feel and release that through the people. And that's why I created Out of Frame. Out of Frame has a very amazing, powerful mission, which is prevention. How to prevent homelessness through these stories. They've been out there for years. There are people that are homeless 10 years, 20 years. Like, how could you be 20 years out here? Where is your mom? Where's your father? Where's your daughter? Where's your family, right? And then when you get to know them, they're alone. Somehow it's so individual. That's what I'm saying. In America, people are so individuals. They are not connected really. And I'm thinking, so what is the real problem here? Okay, the structure of the family is not working. Okay, what is the solution? My job, acting, is all about listening. If you don't listen, you're not an actor. You can read a script, it's written. It's all in the listening. So I decided to listen better, homeless people, because there is a solution. Once you listen, you understand.
So when you say you have this select group that you're going to do with this show,
Yes.
how did you select them? How did you decide which four are going to be in it?
But it's very simple, trust me. I drive around, I meet people. From the outside, when you drive, you see the tents and everybody walking around. Some people, are very clean. Some people are very appreciated for the little thing you can give them. Like I said, just sitting down with them and then next to them talking a little bit, they appreciate you. I don't have water. I don't have anything. That's my way to approach them. Like, I have nothing. I just want to talk to you. And some people open up. And people ask, wait a minute, you care? Why you care about me? Why you really care? Why and because you sit down with them, it's like, you're changing my life, bro. And you're saying, why? Because, for many people, we are less than trash. Thinking, why? Because people don't talk with homeless. People give you something, but they don't talk. And I understood that. So, and from there, once you offer them a little more water, you want to drink something, want to eat with me, come on, let's go. And they appreciate that. For me, the appreciation is the key. Because if I give you little.
So over time, you started bonding and making friendships with the homeless so you can understand them.
Yes.
And then from that, you selected the four that you thought would be a prime example of different people with different places where they're at.
Yes.
Correct? Because I remember in Venice, sometimes I train at Gold's Gym. And I remember one time I had a bite to eat at the firehouse, and then I went for a bike ride with a friend. And as we were going along the bike path, I saw this homeless guy. He just looked hungry and he looked tired. So the girl I was with said, "Hey, why don't we go in the store and we get him something?" So I got him a sandwich and some water. And he was just, "Oh, thank you so much." And he looked like a very good-looking guy, strong jawline, but he had this really long hair and long beard. So we just started talking to him because he was very articulate. And I have to say, like, "Hey, how did you end up here?"
Right.
He said, "I went through a really bad time. I was an entertainment attorney. I was representing some of the biggest actors in the world. I was making a great living, and I went through a divorce. And my wife left me and took the kids. It took everything because I made a mistake.
Divorce.
I had an affair, and she punished me, and I deserved it. So I decided that I was going to start all over. I gave her everything she wanted, but I wanted my peace of mind back." And he'd been living in the streets for like over 3 years. And I gotta tell you something, I spoke to him, he was very intelligent, so I said, "I'll tell you what," I said, "Let me see how I can help you out." So I was going down to see him on a regular basis, bringing him food, and we're talking,
Mhm.
and he was giving me legal advice, and he was really helping me. So after a while, I approached him and I said, "I have a friend that has a law firm," and now he's working with this practice.
Wow, you changed his
After
life.
after probably about 9 months, but man, he was great. I said, "What do you think about this?" I was doing it, although I have an attorney, I wanted him to feel like I need his help,
Important.
make him feel
Yes.
important again.
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. So when you talk about the show, I'm like, yeah, I dig this show. This is great because
Hmm.
all these people have stories. And if you only had a chance to listen,
Listen.
that's why you're smart. You listen. Because a lot of times people, and they don't really want to think or care about where they came from because they must have family,
Hmm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what you're doing is fantastic. And the fact you got the mayor involved and you're getting all the supervisors and everybody around to help and support what you're doing. I just think it's a matter of time when everybody's going to start realizing what you're doing is what you need to do. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
when you create momentum, the universe rewards you. I mean, I
Thank you.
love what you're doing. So you're going to start shooting pretty soon. The show. The
Yeah, yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah. We shot something, but I wanna. The thing is, I wanna. For example, I have these beautiful Escalades, right? When I shoot, like they are celebrities. If I was homeless and I would like somebody to help me out, and you make me feel special, because we're in LA, we're in Hollywood,
Yeah.
I pick you up like you are somebody important. We put this beautiful red carpet for you to walk in. We give the best water, the best wine, the best no wine. I'm sorry, the the best juice you can do, the best food, the best chef, because we have a chef in the house. He's Colombian. He's like, he does food from everywhere, Latin
Ah.
America, Mexico, here. He's like great. He loves to do that. His energy is already giving them a gift every morning when they wake up.
Now, is there grooming? Is someone going to style the hair, help them clothes again,
Yes,
feel
yeah.
good? You said Tai
Designers,
Chi, the training to
many
get them
things. Yeah.
feeling healthy and fit.
Because
Yeah.
one of the things I love when I was in Beijing, every morning when you go from the hotel to the set, and people are in these beautiful squares, like thousands of people, just doing Tai Chi. And Tai Chi is like, wait, what is that? They just welcome the new beginning, the new day, the new light with movement. Like
Yeah.
plastic move. It's not kung fu. It's something else. It's just smooth. And that energy from the square, from the to the car, I was feeling like, oh, so peaceful. Like I want to do that.
It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it's
I notice
beautiful.
sometimes in the park here in Beverly Hills, there's people doing the Tai Chi, the way they're moving, the way
Mhm.
they're flowing. And
All
even,
of them,
yeah, they're all going together, even though they're not maybe doing exact form, right?
right.
But you can see they're really getting into it. That's the main thing.
Harmony,
Yeah.
harmony, and I think I want to do that because we're in Koreatown. The house is there, and the VIP treatment, that's the challenge right now. Because if I wanted to shoot just content, it's perfect. The house is ready, but because I want to give them the best, because of the camera, I want people to appreciate it and get aware that if you were homeless or somebody else, you would like them to have treat like this to come back, treat them like it's you. Like this is Bible too, on the Bible, treat everybody like it's yourself.
Well, you hit on something that always resonated in my mind. Whenever I would go to like the Beverly Hills Hotel or the Waldorf Astoria, Hotel Bel Air, they treat everybody like royalty.
Mm-hmm.
When you come in, hello, sir. This way, please. Can I help you? They make you feel so special.
No matter who you
No
are.
matter who you are, walking in,
Right.
you could be the delivery guy dropping off flowers to the concierge desk. They treat you with great respect. And that's why when I bring friends from out of town, I'll take them to the Polo Lounge. They go, wow. I remember when my sister was out, she goes, I feel like a princess. And I know what you're doing.
Mhm.
You make people feel loved,
Right.
right? Love, 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 right?
Because once you feel like that, imagine you being out there, let's say a week. I don't want to say a year, right? But a week you've been disconnected from other reality. For me, I'm thinking I spent one night in LA, homeless, God no willing. I think in one week my mind, my way of thinking would be different. Would be different. I would be maybe I don't know, feeling aggressive to people. Because why they don't? I'm a nice person, I just made a mistake. Why people don't look at me like I'm somebody, because I'm down here. And one of the things that I found out now that I'm from Thanksgiving on the, kind of looking more for support and making this great with great people, most of the six, most 60, more of 60% of people, they are successful in California. They were homeless or they slept in the cars before they made it. Not only celebrities.
Well, it's so funny is like I came out here when I was 14 years old,
Oh, wow.
and I wanted to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just started working out, kind of stocky, but not bodybuilder. Just kind of bulky. So I cut lawns and I mowed grass and did all kinds of rake leaves to collect all this money to come out to California for 2 weeks. I got a ticket to come out. And we had enough to go to a motel that I knew that was near the Gold's Gym on Pacific Avenue out here. And I wanted to meet Arnold, but every time I came in, he was coming in really, really early, and I was always missing him. So finally, I meet him one day, and I see him, and he's like, Kroger, come over here, you're big. And then we just came friendly and so on. And then he started inviting me to work in with him and Franco and all these famous bodybuilders. And what happened was I started running out of money, but I didn't tell anybody because I didn't have much money. I didn't plan it. Well, 14. So the gentleman that was running Roger Cowler at Gold's Gym, he allowed me to sleep in the carport on a cardboard box. And he gave me a blanket. So for a week, I figured, hey, I got to sleep in here. So Arnold found out. And then he arranged for me to have a place I could stay. And then he kept taking me out to eat, took me to see the movie Chinatown with all the other bodybuilders. And he was just so wonderful to me. But I know what it was like for 2 days. I was in the back of Gold's Gym Venice in the carport, sleeping on a cold ground with a cardboard box. I had it was a big one, so I can cover myself from the wind, and it was drafty in the alleyway there. And I know what it's like.
Right.
I barely had any money, just 2 days.
Imagine.
And my back was hurting, my neck was hurting. I was inhaling dirt from laying on the floor. But the kindness of Arnold and Roger Callard, I was able to continue my trip. They made sure I had enough money to feed me and train at the Gold. Drove me to the airport home.
Wow.
But then every summer I'd come back. My summer vacation would be to train with Arnold and all the pros and Roger and all these wonderful bodybuilders, Grant, all these amazing bodybuilders. And that was my vacation, was to come and do this. But I remember those 2 days, I feel so horrible when I see homeless because I have a flashback of when I was 14 years old and I was sleeping in the alleyway. I had no more money. But I was too proud to say anything to anybody. I would never ask. I would never put a sign up. I'm too proud. And there's a lot of people like that.
Yes,
that's why what you're doing is you're not enabling them. You're inspiring them to do something about it and giving a skill set. So I really am
thank you.
So
thank you for your appreciation. One of the things that I'm thinking is because being here in Hollywood and people like you had the experience that you had 2 days. I want people that either if you've never been homeless, but you are connected to that as an artist, especially as an artist, because we're sensitive to that, to see people suffer when it's not really necessary. Sometimes, you can do one little thing and you change people's life. And I'm thinking I want them to be VIP to sponsor these stories because we're bringing these stories to the audience so people can listen to it. And before you become homeless, before you feel so lonely, before you get into addictions or drugs or alcohol or anything that you think I need to escape, there are things out of there that people can help you or can listen to you, because you don't need to become that. So my idea is people, they experience one night or 2 nights or 1 week. Those people are more close to the suffering to help. And I'm thinking we open these wings for people to come and sponsors, any related story that you feel, many vets I met, the vets. One guy, I remember I was talking to him, he's like, out of one of these hospitals, and he was complaining about, hey man, I did a lot for this country. Everybody look at you like, yeah, you did something, but for real, nobody really cares. And I'm thinking, what is it? Why you think people don't care? I think you are like a celebrity in America, right? And he's like, no, really, look, more money goes to these kind of people than the vets.
Yeah, no, it's true. I did a lot of research. 14% of the homeless in California are veterans in our streets.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them that was on San Vicente and Brentwood came from the VA hospital. And again, the VA hospital is a mess because sometimes I spoke to one vet. He tore his Achilles tendon in training. And he said he had needed physical therapy because after it heals, you have to get this physical therapy. Otherwise, he'll have a club foot because otherwise it starts scar tissue and he doesn't rotate properly. He said, Mike, they said I can't have a physical therapist for 4 months. And I said, well, I'm going to do something about that. So I ended up having my physical therapist do it. And I took care of the bill because this kid would have been a cripple. And he's a young man. So I'm going to work on doing a documentary about all the stuff that goes on with the VA. And they're not taking care of
That's powerful.
Our warriors that have been out there to defend, protect our country. So, but a good portion, 14%, are veterans. What the heck?
Why?
They protected us. They fought for us. The government is doing zero for our vets. And look how many have post-traumatic syndrome. I think it's 36 vets a day commit suicide. And my very dear friends, Steve Cohen and Alex Cohen, they started a post-traumatic syndrome clinic where they've donated $375 million to build these for vets throughout the United States. And I admire him and his wife, what they've done, because they're giving back to these people that have fought and protected our country, that are suicidal, they're lost, they become drug addicts, alcoholics, all the psychological. Because when you go to war, I've heard these stories, and it's hell. You're a young person when you get out there and you don't know much about life, then all of a sudden you've got to kill somebody else. It's psychologically it causes problems, because human nature is you don't want to hurt anybody, but you have to be trained. And so you're fighting what you think is right, but you have to follow these orders. And then you're exposed to gases and other things, all the chemical warfare during the Gulf War. So all these people had Agent Orange, I met some of these vets. So I feel you. And you have my full support and whatever I can do to help you out.
Oh, thank you so much. This is a good help, actually. I think it's a good, because right now my thing is, I want what is negative to become the most positive thing. So I cannot do it alone. I need real hearts, like we say, quality people that really feel that, paying attention to my neighbors, it would change America, because a lot of people live in California because of homeless. Businesses are closing. The World Cup is going to come here. And what are you going to do with the homeless? I think the idea is this house has to be a light in the world that people can see how we treat people and how you can get there. This is not a clinic. This is not a rehab place. This is a human connection where you feel that anything you want here, for as long as it takes, we are here for you. But we have rules. When you have the rules is, number one, love yourself, appreciate yourself, because we're going to help you. We are here for you. And the moment we rescue people, like right now, I'm putting a goal in my head, right? It's spring. The weather is not the best right now, but imagine one night with this cold, a windy in LA, I'm like, oof, it's freezing. How those people live?
And the rain we had.
And the rain. Yeah. And now I know some of them. I got a beautiful story. One girl, I want to bring her in. She's from Ohio. She was from 19 homeless because of Proud. She fought with her father, and then she went Florida. Then she went San Francisco, and now she's in LA. She got her second baby in a tent in Hollywood, like in Africa. Nobody came. She says, no 911. So she had the baby right there. Thinking, what is it? This is like in the country. And then she says, and as soon as I got the baby, 1 week later, they took the baby away from her. 1 week later. So they gave her an adoption. So she doesn't have, and she is like fighting to get out and go back to Ohio. She got the second baby, 8 years old, in Ohio with her mother, but her mother is old. Her father passed away. And now I'm asking her, what is the reason for you to get out of this? Her name is Barbara. They call her Bobby. Like, what is the main power for you to get out of this? I'm done. I'm tired. I want to go back to my family. But the main reason, I thought she would say my little baby. I would like to get the 1 year old back to me. No, she said my mother. I want my mother happy because she's old. And without her, I don't know what would be, with my baby in Ohio. I'm like, wow. So I want stories like that to come the every day, how people fight to get back, and how they get back. And then from spring to Christmas, this year, I want to see how many people we rescue
Yeah,
and how
that's
many of them
beautiful.
come with us to rescue others.
So they
That's the
become your team,
Yeah, they
your
become,
family to
yes,
help others. Yeah.
because they know better the street than me. They know
Yeah.
what happened to them. And my idea is, you could help. We just need to start shooting as soon as possible. I need to go Kangs
Yeah, yeah.
next month, but I know I can do it because I want to bring
Are
it
you
to
going to you're
Netflix.
going to the Cannes Film
I go
Festival?
in Kangs.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
there.
yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll see you
Nah, I'm
there.
meeting with everybody.
All right.
Netflix,
Yes.
all the big ones. We have meetings. I have meetings over there.
Perfect. So these people challenge me to do the episodes. I'm like, okay, I want to do 3, right? Because the VIP things, everything that I have is like a big brother, big thing there going on. And how in 3 days people change. I think one day, the way this person walk in, look at in the evening how he's gonna be smiling. Look at the next day. Is this happy endings? And I want them from poor to millionaires. Why not?
Yeah.
Like you did to with this person.
Yeah,
You
sure.
listen. Oh, you a lawyer? And look, he's now doing his business. Maybe he's doing great.
But yeah, well, the thing is, if you get them excited about something, then they put the direction on that, and they forget about everything else.
Yes.
It's just redirecting it. Turning lemonades into lemons into lemonade. Sorry, but I think a lot of times people aren't as thoughtful and considerate. Now, here's someone that isn't from the United States is doing more than most people that are residents and citizens of the United States. It's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
And what about your background? Mother, father, sister, brother? What are they like you? Are you emulating them? What is your family like? Do you have sisters and brothers?
Yes, we're 7
Wow.
brothers. I mean, 4 beautiful sisters. One is a top model in Spain. My other brothers, we're different. One was a boxer, the other one was a singer,
Wow.
model, good looking, I guess, all of us. But somehow everybody did something different. And I'm the only one in the USA. My mom is now, I think she's in Quito, and she's coming next month to meet me in Spain. But somehow my father passed away a long time ago.
So
Thank you so much, because of cancer. But my mother was the real, Bible. She put us the evangelist, love to God. I'm not religion. I don't like. I believe in God.
just spiritual.
Yeah, I believe that this is why I'm here. I got the reasons, and from there always do good, and all those things she teaches, is my weapon, is my elements, my everything here out here when you are alone. So somehow my mom always has been that example for us, and being here, being in the U.S. probably from the day I came, maybe 15 years in and out. And now that I became U.S. citizen, now that my career is like getting there, somehow I'm very weird too in America. Black person from Latin America, from Spain, in Hollywood is like, they don't do audition for blacks that much. Now there are more.
Yeah.
So my thing is, okay, I need to somehow, people need to know who are you more than, what you do. And then once they see your real heart and how people can connect with your, because I think this is legacy. To bring others, inspire others, to help others, to awake in a different way, and don't look at them just like this. How about that? How about this? Questions. And when you find the answers, you just become part of it, because people in America love to help. They love to help people and people out. Like, how about the ones in next to you?
Well, but it's like, though, unfortunately, people will judge people because they're Democrat or Republican or independent, or the color of the skin, So it's so hard sometimes because in society, people will hold these grudges and attitude towards people just because of the belief or the color of the skin. It's just terrible. But I feel there's a major shift, and we needed a cultural shift so people understand that you have a right to believe whatever you want to believe, as long as you're not harming anybody and you're being a good person.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. We all have to respect it. Because if I'm in a room with people that are of different political views, I say, guess what? Well, let's not talk about politics. Talking about food or wine or whatever, or women, what do you want to do? Cars. But if you get into the politics, never ends well.
Right.
Because I've been at those dinner parties.
Yes.
And I don't want to be in a debate because I watch enough of that crap on the news, which I barely watch now. Because you never really see uplifting stories.
Right.
You either see some guy that stole a truck and they watch it for 2 hours on the 405 I'm like, why do they show that? But apparently studies show that viewers like to watch it. I don't. I don't if someone stole something,
Mhm.
I don't wanna watch. Show me else what else is going into Los Angeles. More interesting news. But I'll turn to every news station, and they're seeing that white truck. They follow that like with O.J. Simpson at the time, where they were
Mhm.
following him
Right,
for
right, right.
hours and hours and hours. I mean, so I really think the media controls a lot of things that happens, unfortunately, and certain news stations
Right,
promote other things,
right.
which I think can antagonize people. But if they did more human interest stories about your path of bringing people together and building people up, I think we have a happier world. I really do.
Yeah, I'm thinking sometimes, when because for me it's a challenge. It's a beautiful challenge to even to get the right people around you to do this because many people that I met, many of them millionaires, successful, first thing they tell me is how much I can make. It's like, why? You already have enough. How about if you think second how much you can make? Think first how many people we can save. And then, business is nay.
Yeah, money will come. Yeah.
But because after COVID, we cannot think the same way. After COVID, people are there, many of them because divorce. Because divorce. You're like, oh, because you lost your house, because what? Because one child. Oh. So, and they are very depressed because they are very good people. They just, man, I made a mistake getting this wife. It was COVID, or getting this man, this fight. Oh, suddenly they are losing everything. No family, no even good reputation anymore with the neighbors.
Well, when we were shut down for COVID,
Mm.
I really feel that a lot of people psychologically and emotionally got scarred from it, being shut down, controlled,
Yeah, yeah,
told you got to take this drug or you can't do this or
Mm.
you got to wear this mask and or the gloves. And I think it had a psychological and emotional effect on everyone. And you either readjusted and you're okay, but some people never did. That's when we started seeing an increase in the shootings
Yes.
in churches and schools and things horrible,
Depression. People
people
are sad.
beat up in the street when they were going to the synagogue. They're
Yeah.
beating up the poor, you know, uh, uh,
Mm.
priests and everybody else, and the rabbis are being beat up because of their belief. Is sick.
Yeah, it is.
So
It's dangerous too,
so we're dealing with a lot of the mental illness,
Yeah.
and I think people have to be more aware of mental health.
Mental health,
And I'm
yes.
actually going to bring on an expert to talk about mental health
Mhm.
because people don't realize that a lot of the decisions you make now or issues you've had is because of the emotional scarring of when you were young. It could be from an infant or a young child. So you had that emotional baggage in your head and you carry it to now. So
Mhm.
whether you can't keep a job or you can't keep a relationship or you never seem to be focused, it's because of what happened to you maybe when you were a child and it affects your decision making.
Sure.
So that's why I think it's important to bring in someone that specializes in mental health, especially with
Yes.
the program. That might be nice because they can understand and maybe see maybe the root of the problem wasn't just COVID or something else.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it was deep rooted when they were very young. Maybe they were abandoned or the parents were alcoholics or abusive. And they can kind of figure out what went on and how to correct it and how to cleanse their mind and their body and soul.
Mhm.
I have this one woman, she's a spiritual life coach, but she goes deep, deep into psychological and emotional. I'll turn you on to her. She's a lovely soul, but she's been able to help people with really horrible, horrible habits and can't keep a job and just can't stay in a relationship or can't be faithful to the love or whatever it is. And she's turned their lives around. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
We talk about eating right and exercising, but this part, this
Mhm.
is the master computer,
Mhm.
right?
But those things helps. For example, I'm thinking, wait, mental health levels and levels, right? There are people with money with mental health. There are people that are homeless with mental health. But what like because you become what you see mentally too. That's what I'm saying. Why people never use this issue and created a great positive thing, from homeless to positive, like many movies we saw in the days.
Yeah.
But how about we can bring something positive for people to see it and become stronger? Because if I see somebody coming from there and is successful, I want to become like that, successful too.
Yeah.
So mentally, give you something powerful. It's possible if you were down there and now you are here because a good shoulder That's all. So I'm thinking negative to positive is there. Negativity is mentally, people can go up and down every day. You can change tomorrow your mentality. But how you get up? Because you see good in people, because your body is strong, because your mind is focused, because we give you values to you. So it's time to bring values on TV and values that give people inspiration to be a good citizen. Because without seeing it, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
People's like your parents, they were alcoholic, and now because you have this age and you have this issue with your ex-wife or whatever, now you are alcoholic. Because my father used to drink too. So why? Because you saw it when you were a child. So what
Yeah.
you see now that gives you more. Oh, people that were or they never got there, they just needed to keep working on something. That's the best example.
Well, I got to tell you something.
Mhm.
I'm so taken back by your passion and your, devotion to help people, that I'm going to do everything I can, and I'm going to reach out to people how we can help support your
Thank you.
mission and develop your show and help get you exposure, get you on some news programs to share your wisdom and guidance, because that's what people need. Because sometimes people want help, but they don't know how to help.
I don't know how. Yeah, that's
So,
true.
but unfortunately, I got to wrap up now. But thank you for coming on the show, and you need to come back because we need to follow up to talk about how it goes with your show and what goes on with the mayor and so on. So, thank you.
Much appreciation. Thank you for believing.
You're welcome.
Appreciate everyone.
This is Mike Torsha. Thank you for watching Live Well and Thrive. And please remember, we need your support. So please subscribe. Thank you. Hey, thanks for watching this episode. Got great news. The merch is ready. You're going to see an array of all kinds of great products. Go to operationfitness.com. If you want to order anything, click on my store. Thanks for your support.